everyone. It's Maureen Mahood, broker owner of Sell Your Home Charlotte here in beautiful Charlotte, North Carolina. And did you know that you can buy a house with life insurance? I didn't know that. And I am here with Mitch Brewer of the Brewer Insurance Agency and Solutions. And we're going to talk about how you can do that. And Mitch, you were telling me that you are helping a person right now do exactly using, I think you said, a whole life policy to purchase a house. So what does that mean?
There's different types of permanent life insurance, and it is a permanent life insurance. So I had a guy come to me, and he's maybe a year or two away from retirement. He's done okay. And his main focus is he wants to set his son up where his son doesn't have to go through the same struggle that he did. And so what we're doing for him is we're putting a permanent life insurance policy in place. We're intentionally overfunding the policy. And just like if you put money into a bank, the bank's going to pay you interest, right? Well, insurance companies, they not only do that, they do a better job at it, really, as far as the amount of interest that they'll pay you many times. And this man is going to start paying a premium in, I would say 10 years down the road, maybe sooner. It just depends on the age of the person and the amount of money. And since he's doing it on his son, which is younger, it's going to build much faster. But I would say in 7 to 10 years, the son will have access to borrow from the life insurance policy to do whatever he wants to do with it. And the great thing about borrowing from the policy is you're borrowing from yourself. So it's not, number one, loans are not taxed. So it's a tax-free distribution. Mm-hmm. You don't always have to pay back the loan.
Okay.
If you pay back the loan, that's up to you. That's a decision that you would make. And it would depend, that there would be some factors involved on whether you would want to pay back your loan or not. But yeah, I mean, it's going to provide a cushion. And I've done this for lots of different people. Like I've got one guy is in the clergy, and he decided he didn't want to be in a position where the folks from the church would have, always have control of his money. I mean, what if he preaches something that somebody doesn't like and they're the main giver of the church,
Yeah.
So he's setting himself up through a similar program that would allow him to always have that security, always have that income.
So that's pretty cool. And so how many, I guess, I don't know, I'm of an age right now where, I'm Gen X. So, but I guess people in my age group that have kids can start thinking about this if they need, what's the benefit of them paying into this instead of putting it in their retirement funds? If they do it for their kids.
That's a really good question. When you look at the history of the 401k, most people are familiar with the 401k. The 401k was actually designed not for the average person. Mm-hmm. It was designed for CEOs to have a place to put their bonuses so they could defer the taxes on them, which the government, if you think about it, they would rather you pay the tax on this big, huge amount versus this little amount, right? Mm-hmm. So that's why they let you pay it in all those years, tax deferred, so that you have this big amount. Well, you're also locking your money up in many cases because until you're 59 and a half or you change jobs. So let's say a person is working at a job, they've been contributing to their 401k. If they leave that job and they move over to another company, then they could move the money out of that 401k into a different vehicle, all right? But if they don't, if they just stay at the same company, they're basically locking their money up. Now, they may be able to take loans against it, something like that, but ultimately, when it comes out, it's going to be a bigger number and it's going to be taxed.
That's cool. So how do people get in touch with you if they want to talk to you about maybe doing something like what we talked about today?
One of the easiest ways is just go on Facebook. Mm-hmm. and go to Brewer Insurance and Solutions. That's one of my pages. Okay. Or you can just look up Mitch Brewer.
Okay, we'll put your contact information.
Yeah, or LinkedIn. I mean, I'm all over LinkedIn. Now, I'm sure that my YouTube playlist is almost nothing compared to yours, but I am going to start working on some introductory videos and just different videos there. So you should be able to go to one of my channel is called Moments with Mitch.
Okay.
And my idea with that is not only just to have information going out, but I want to have a community. of like-minded people that I can become friends with.
Yeah.
And ultimately, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for people that want to do better in life. They have a problem. Maybe they don't even think that it can be solved. As a third party that's not emotionally tied into the problem, and somebody that's come across just almost any kind of problem, that there is, in 20 years, there's a pretty good chance I'm going to see a solution that maybe they don't see.
Yeah.
And they may not act on it.
Yeah.
But I can tell you that having a plan brings a peace of mind that is just indescribable. Because in my own personal family, I've seen after generations, they would buy houses, but they wouldn't be able to keep them. And I know you as a realtor, you want to see people keep these houses, right? You want to see them buy a house and have their Christmases in there and their birthdays in there. And they're going to create, memories and have emotions around these houses. And so the last thing we want to see is something come in unexpected and take that house away. It can be devastating to a family. So whereas it's your job to get them in the house, get them in the right house, it would be my job to make sure they don't lose that house to unexpected catastrophe.
How do you do that?
I would use through the financial services. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's lots of different ways. I can do lifetime income streams. There's so many things. Because see, here's the thing that people need to realize about the life insurance. Life insurance, it doesn't sound sexy, does it? But the thing is it's older than the tax code. And so when all the rich people got together and they started designing the tax code, they said, hey, we got to leave ourselves an out. We got to find a way around this. Mm-hmm. So they picked life insurance industry. So I do, some people I do annuity work for. I can do it with the life insurance, lifetime income streams. Basically, when I talk with somebody, I have a sheet. I'll lay one here. I won't show you. It's filled out, so I won't show you. But there's basically, I would find out the top 2 financial concerns they have. And these are the things that I would want to solve for them. And then I would go through and gather information. There's 6 different areas: cash flow, debt management, reserves, proper protection, build wealth, and preserve wealth. I'm going to go through these different areas with them, get a good picture of what's going on with their finances, and then at least come as close as I can to solving the problem. Sometimes, everybody wants to retire a multimillionaire, right? That's not going to happen for everybody, but we can make it more comfortable.
When do people usually want to start talking to you about that? At what age?
At the last minute. That's when
when
they really
should they? I guess.
Yeah, they should be starting the conversation as early as possible. Mm-hmm. Because the first thing that the insurance company asks is the age. I know that young people do pass. In fact, in the last 5 to 10 years, especially, that there's things like distracted driving, opioid addiction, and sadly enough, suicide. Some people didn't handle the lockdowns well. The mortality tables have changed, but a lot of those things, if things would be put in place early, like that's what I was so excited about this man doing this for his son, because the father himself, he has some health issues, and the son's super healthy. So it's easier to place on people when they're younger, because I've always been a big man, but I wasn't always a big child. And one of the biggest things that knocks people out of access to this is the weight. We live in an obese country.
Yeah.
And I'm part of that. I'll be the first one to raise my hand on that. At my highest weight, I was at 450 pounds. I'm down to about 315 now. So I've lost well over 100 pounds. I had to get the right information. It's the same way on the health as it is the money. Once you get the correct information, you can apply it. And a lot of people are going to have to really do, if they want their finances to get healthy like this, is they're going to have to go outside of the norm, because most of the products that are advertised on television and things like that are geared toward about 80% of the population. And it's geared toward people that are really never going to rise above, even below average. That's the general information out there. There's just not a lot of financial education out there. So the people that do want to go up into that, a little bit better than below average, they're going to need to seek some answers on their own. And that's what I did. My weight loss, the man I'm working with right now, I sent him a message this morning. I said, look, because I expected to have his answer today, and I'm still waiting because I'm doing my due diligence. And so I let him know, like, okay, I've obtained your the state license we need, because I'm already doing business in, I want to say, like 5 or 6 different states, and I've got clients, all over the country. And if it's a state that I'm maybe not licensed in right now, I can always obtain the license. Most states are reciprocal, but I had to be willing to go outside of the norm. And I think that's what a lot of people are really going to have to come to terms with, is nobody's going to come in and drag you to the bank. Nobody's going to come and drag you, to the right house. You know what I mean? You got to put your own thought and take some responsibility. I guess is a very frank way I'm trying to say it, is take some responsibility. I mean, that's what I had to do with my weight, because I've lost the same 50 pounds 50 times. Doing it my way. Yeah, I was just repeating the cycle over and over and over till I found somebody that really knew what they were doing. And they said, okay, Mitch, this is actually the right way to do it. And now that I have the information, the information cannot be taken away from me unless I get Alzheimer's or something like that.
All right. Well, let's wrap this up.
And let me just say thank you, Maureen, for having me on.
Oh, you're welcome.
Because I think we both have the same ultimate goal, is just helping people.
Mm-hmm.
We're both looking to help people. We're both looking to, have happy customers and those great things. So I really do appreciate the interview, and I look forward to meeting anybody. Reach out to me. If you don't think you can do it, reach out to me. If you think you can do it, reach out to me.
Perfect. All right, Mitch. Well, if anybody who watches this needs to talk to Mitch about financial planning through insurance, is basically what you do, right? We're going to have all your contact information in the comments. And all right, everybody have a great day, and thanks for watching. Maureen Mahood, broker owner of Sell Your Home Charlotte. Bye.